All right, we are live here on Bobcat Athletics BSCOH, coming to you from Dill Field at Oberlin College today, my old stomping grounds. Happy to be here. It is a beautiful sunny day out here at my favorite place on earth. We have the Bobcats matching up against the Yeomen. On the mound for the Yeomen will be Jackson Shaw. No stats yet for Shaw on the season. He's coming off injury, so good to see him back on the mound. I actually know Jackson. I played with him a little bit in my summer ball days. Jackson, a lefty, right here from Oberlin. He'll face Tyler Lathrop. Lathrop, the Bobcat leadoff man, playing. Pull up my line. He's at second base today. A little bit of a utility man, Tyler Lathrop. We'll see him all over the field. It's a middle infield. You've seen him play outfield. He'll get behind the plate and catch. A blue field commit. He'll be going down to catch for them after this spring. He's behind in the count here, 1-2. One-two pitch to Lathrop, fouled back. It's a little soft out around the field, but we're playing on turf here at Oberlin College, courtesy of the class of 2015. You're welcome. Now, when I got here, the field wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. We had a dirt infield. It was a little rough. I had a fence around the back, and it was regular bleacher seating. Since I got here, we've put in the stadium seating. The turf's gone in. They got a new scoreboard a couple of years ago. I'm not sure how I feel about it. They cut down a lot of the trees. It looks good out there, though. Lathrop gets this one over to third. Glove thrown. Lathrop will be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, I remember the dirt vaguely.
It wasn't a fantastic infield. Our errors got cut. I want to say it was like by 40% or something like that from our my sophomore year, from my junior year to my senior year when the turf went in. It was unbelievable. We went from a very mediocre defense to a somewhat solid defense.
Yeah, the left field is the roughest part right now.
We played left field after that swamp.
Yeah, with warming up out there every day for practice and games, it's like the ball just sticks. We'll see when the ones hit out there.
Hudson Cornett at the plate now for the Bobcats. Cornett, one of the two-way players, he'll get on the mound and throw as well. He's playing center field today. So we've seen Hudson Cornett just about everywhere. He's played some first base. We've seen him at third. He's played some right field. He's in center field on the mound. Hits this one hard to left field. That'll get down. The Bobcats have themselves a base runner here in the top half of the first inning. After Cornett will be Matt Blanchard. Blanchard playing third base today.
Hey, Sean, work with me here. Work with me. Hey, roll here, roll.
I left my stat sheet at home, so we'll see if I can pull it up on one of the phones and we can get stats here for this season. Matt Blanchard having a great month of March. I know that for certain. I want to say he is 3 for 5 in some limited action, hitting right around 600 for this 12-game winning streak the Bobcats are riding. Breaking ball by Shaw down in the dirt. Out on the count to 2-0 now here on Matt Blanchard. There's a brand new football stadium behind us too that went in my junior year. When I got here, it was Old Savage Stadium. The locker room had a distinct smell to it. I can still remember it. Whether there were people in it or not.
Yeah, the old football field, I remember a lot more. I saw it do with those games.
That has since been knocked down and replaced by the beautiful Knowlton complex that's back there now. That one from Shaw is in there. Strike one. Count now 3-1 on Matt Blanchard. Shaw comes set. Picks it first. Clips Cornett was still taking his lead, so Traum was going with a blind move there. Cornett kind of just fell over and ended up back on top of first base. Runs well for a lanky guy. Hudson Cornett does. That'll be ball 4 to Matt Blanchard. He takes his walk, and that'll put runners at first and second now for the Bobcats. We watched Cornett beat one out at Crusher Stadium the other day to extend a Bobcat rally against the LC Commodores. Aaron Miranda will come to the plate now. He'll hit for the Bobcats. He'll be playing right field today. Miranda hits one hard down the line, gloved by third base. He steps on it, throws across the diamond. Pull his foot. Miranda's safe. But was very close to being a exceptionally turned double play by the third baseman over there.
Curtin.
That is
David Curtin.
David Curtin. The throw was just wide. Miranda runs well for I guess he's playing right field today. He spends most of his time behind the plate. Miranda got down the line well. Curtin stepped on the bag, or better yet, dove on the bag, touched it with his glove, stood up and threw across the diamond. But Miranda was able to beat it out as the throw pulled the first baseman, Grossel, off the bag. That'll bring up Drew Ferchow. Ferchow playing first base for the Bobcats today. We've seen him spend most of his action as the designated hitter. The only true lefty in the Bobcat lineup, Rontrell Greer, will play outfield here and there on days, and he bats from switch.
There you go.
So the only lefty-lefty matchup that Jackson Tom's going to see today. I'm pretty sure. I don't think the Bobcats have any of the lefties coming off the bench. I've watched enough games, I should know. Counts 1-1 here on Ferchow. He hits with runners on first and second, the runners being Blanchard at second. Miranda at first. Ferchow hits this one high and deep to center field. Center fielder's drifting back. He'll make the catch. That's Rosa Palmero out there in center field. That'll do it for the Bobcats here. They threaten but can't score. Good defense on the Yeomen side. Takes care of business. We'll be back here bottom half of the second inning, or bottom half of the first inning. Coming at you. On the mound for the Bobcats today will be sophomore Craig Wilson. Wilson had a very nice start against CCBC last week. First pitch to Stradley, the shortstop, is fouled away. Counts 0-1. Wilson threw 5 innings, gave up 2 earned runs against CCBC last week. He gets the start here against Oberlin College. Wilson, not an overpowering guy. fastball right in there. Upper 70s, touch 80. From a breaking ball off the bat, it's in the low 70s. Makes guys hit it though. Makes you put the ball in play, lets his defense work, and the Bobcat defense has been solid to say the least so far this season. Straley pops this one straight back. That'll only count 1 and 2. Wilson's numbers so far in the year: 7 innings pitched. He's appeared in 3 games. He's got 1 start. He's got 1 win, no losses. In those 7 innings, he's allowed 4 runs, 4 earned on 6 hits, 3 walks, no strikeouts. ERA 5.14. This one by Straley popped up. The shortstop, Danny Jones, calls for it. Makes the catch. That is 1 away. For the Bobcats today, behind Craig Wilson, we've got Matt Blanchard at third, Danny Jones at shortstop, Ty Lathrop over at second, Drew Ferchow at first. Through the outfield, we have Aaron Miranda in right field, Hudson Cornett in center, and Gabe Morgan in left. Blake Fuller does the catching. First pitch to Catterall from Wilson is up high and away for ball 1. Next pitch, swung on, fouled back. There he is, Anthony Catterall, usually number 13. Appeared in 3 games so far for the Bobcats. Got 2 at-bats on the short sample size season. No hits yet so far. Fouls this one off. On the count of 1 and 2. I was informed by Coach Matt Wilson over there that the numbers on the t-shirts don't line up with their game jerseys, so I have to do a little dig in here to find who's at the plate and what their stats are. The 1-2 from Wilson. Driven to center field. Hudson Cornett going back to get it. Drifting, and he makes the catch. It'll be 2 away here for the Bobcats. This is Kyle Grossel. His jersey number does match, number 22. Grossel's appeared in 8 games for the Bobcats. He's 3 for 13 at the plate. I'm sorry, 2 for 13. He scored 3 runs. The first pitch he sees from Wilson is in there for a strike. Grossel hits this one hard down the line. That'll get down. It sticks out there in left field. Gabe Morgan corrals it, sends it into second base. Knocked down by Ty Lathrop. Grossel on first here. The Yeomen have themselves a 2-out base runner. That'll bring up number 9, Nick Rosa Palmero. He's hitting .286 on the year. He's appeared in 7 games. 4 for 14 at the plate. Wilson looks to make him the 3rd out of the inning here. Not sure how Grossel runs, but Blake Fuller's got a pretty good arm back there behind the plate. We'll see if the Yeomen try to get somebody moving here. They do not. That ball's hit on the ground to Danny Jones. He gloves, goes to second base. They take care of Grossel, sliding into second. That'll do it for the Yeomen here in the first half of the first inning. They leave 1 aboard. We're still tied at 0s going to the second. Alright, audio should be a little bit better now. I just realized I never plugged in the good microphone. We're just using the camera mic. It's been a hectic day for me up here. We had softball practice today. I was running around trying to get here on time to get the game streamed for you guys. Who's our new pitcher?
Hunter Jackson.
Hunter Jackson on the mound now here for the Yeomen.
Don't think he has a pitching appearance.
Yeah, not seeing anything. So this will be Jackson's first action of the campaign. He'll face Blake Fuller. Fuller doing the catching for the Bobcats today. Plays a little bit of corner too, but we've seen most of Blake Fuller's time behind the plate. Top half, the second inning. Still a 0-0 ball game. That one just misses Fuller on the inside part of the plate. That's ball one. Not sure how many pitchers the Bobcats are planning to use today. They've got a 4-game series with Lakeland coming up tomorrow and Saturday. That one misses as well. Counts now 2-0 on Blake Fuller. Yeah, big 4-game series with the Lakers coming up for the Yeomen or the Bobcats, as they have a opportunity to gain some ground in the conference standings. That one misses off the plate. Counts now 3-1 on the Bobcat backstop. That one misses up and in. Fuller will take his base. His friends in the dugout let him know he should have let that hit him even though it was ball 4. Yeah, not sure if you can see on camera, but there's a little banner out there in left field. 2015 Conference Champions. That was us. We're very proud of it. Next up will be Nick Heilman. And we won conference in 2015 for the first time ever for the Yeomen. Had a lot of fun that season. We had a lot of seniors on the team. I was the left fielder. Heilman, check swing, called strike. As a story of a team that got hot at the right time. We were below 500. We had to beat Hiram for 2 games to make the playoffs. Won those 2 games against Hiram, and then good curveball there. Heilman's down swinging. And we won those 2 games against Hiram, made the playoffs, swept. Who did we sweep? DePaul, there we go, out in Indiana. We swept DePaul, who was the number 1 seed on the other side, and made it to the tournament in Chillicothe and went on a roll. Danny Jones gets plunked. He'll head to first base. Yeah, Worcester was the number 8 team in the country at that time. We beat them on day 1, so they had to, as a double elimination tournament, they had to beat us twice on day 2. We got shellacked game 1 against Worcester. I want to say they beat us like 27-2 or something like that, but it was all part of the plan, as they were exhausted from beating us so bad in game 1 that we came back and won game 2 and then won the conference. Now up to Gabe Morgan. Gabe Morgan swings through a strike. That's the most fun I've ever had on a baseball field, winning conference with my buddies. That regionals in New York. Another plunk. Gabe Morgan takes one off the rump. He'll head to first base. That'll load the bases now for the Bobcats. We got a day coming up here in a couple of weeks. All those guys are coming back into town. I can't wait to see my friends. That's one thing going to a school like Oberlin is my friends aren't from Youngstown or Toledo. My friends are from New York and California and DC and Atlanta.
And also New York and California.
That one's fouled off. back to the leadoff man and Tyler Lathrop. I can't wait to see those guys. They'll be in town here soon. Bobcats with them loaded here. 0-1 count here on Ty Lathrop. Good breaking ball there. Misses off the plate. Lathrop thought about it, but held up. That'll run the count to 1-1. As I mentioned earlier, Ty Lathrop going to Bluefield College after this season. He'll be finishing off his last 2 years of his bachelor's degree, his college baseball career at Bluefield with the Rams. I think they're bringing him in as a primary catcher, so he's going to be spending most of his time behind the plate, but as we've seen, he's capable of playing just about anywhere you need him. Decent switch hitter, too. Stepped up to the plate left-handed against LC the other day and hit himself a nice little line drive single into right field. That'll miss off the plate. Counts now 2-2 on Lathrop. He looks to get his Bobcats on the board here in the top of the second inning. Not used to being the away team here. Two-two curveball in there. Lathrop down on strikes. Another good breaking ball. That'll bring up Hudson Cornett with 2 away. First pitch to Cornett on its way. Breaking ball. Catches the inside part of the plate for strike 1. And Bobcats 24 and 9 on the season so far. Having a good year, winners of 12 straight. Some of the offensive numbers these guys have been putting up are absolutely staggering. Cornett's having a good season in limited action. Hitting .429 on the year. Hits this one hard. That'll get through the right side. That'll bring in Fuller. Here comes Danny Jones. He's coming harder on third base. He'll go into the plate. The throw's wide. Morgan will move up to third. He'll think about it, but he'll stay right there. Hudson Cornett moves up right behind him. Big hit there by Hudson Cornett to put his Bobcats ahead 2-0. Bobcats on the board early. They take a 2-0 lead here at Dill Field. That'll bring up Matt Blanchard, the third baseman. Another breaking ball, misses down in the dirt for ball 1. Blanchard's ahead in the count 1-0. And we're seeing some different Bobcats today, but the approach at the plate, the bats seem the same. Like, that's one thing I've mentioned over and over again, is the plate discipline that these Bobcats have. They don't get themselves out. You know, you got to throw the ball over the plate for them to swing at. There's not a whole lot of reaching or extending the strike zone with these guys. In a 4-game series, they are just murder on an opposing pitching staff because they get a lot of hits, and they're all seeing 3.5 pitches in at bat. Snap throw. He's back in there safe. Good to see that's still around. Matt Wilson over there in the third base dugout is a specialist with throws to third base from the catching position. We got a guy, while I was here, Blaze Dulcimaccio. His younger brother Vinny's actually playing on the team now, who could pick you off third base before you knew what happened. When we got to regionals, we were so good at it that they wouldn't lead off third base when they got there. They would take half a step and just hang out because they knew Blaze was going to throw at him. The number of times he picked me off third base in practice are innumerable. I knew it was coming, still couldn't stop it. 3-1 here on Blanchard. That one misses off the plate. There's another walk. That'll put Bobcats at all the bases, loaded up for Aaron Miranda. Miranda, an IWU commit. He'll be playing D3 baseball come in the fall. He heads out to Illinois Wesleyan. First pitch strike to Miranda's in there for strike one. Something going on there behind us. Not sure what it is.
I think men's lacrosse, they're having a really good year.
Yeah. Lacrosse team might be back there. Miranda steps back in. 0-1 count. 2 away here. Bases juiced. Miranda gets plunked. That'll score a run. So our third hit batsman of the inning drives in another run for the Bobcats. Coach Wilson's going to come out and chat with his pitcher. Looks like he'll make a move.
Felix Passman.
Felix Passman? Passman. Felix Passman coming in out of the Yeomen bullpen. He'll try to work his way out of this jam. Right, Felix Passman takes over for the Yeomen. No numbers on him. He'll see Drew Ferchow, the only Bobcat lefty. Ferchow bats. His team ahead here, 3-0. All 3 innings scored here in this inning. Or all 3 runs scored here in this inning. A Hudson Cornett 2 RBI single, followed by a hit batsman with the bases loaded, drove in all 3 runs. Ferchow fouls this one off. Counts 0-1 here on the Bobcat first baseman. Ferchow hitting .308 on the year. He swings through that one, counts now 0-2. He's got 12 hits, 39 tries, 3 doubles and a home run. He's scored 12 times, driven in 9. He'd like to drive in 3 more here. A double would do it. Miranda at first runs pretty well, and he'll be off and running on the swing here with 2 outs. Ferchow called, 3rd strike. Passman comes in and does the job. Sits down the Bobcat first baseman. That'll do it here for the Bobcats. They played 3 top half of the 2nd inning. They lead this one 3-0 over the Yeomen. Good curveball there by Craig Wilson.
Sean Livingston.
Sean.
Yep.
We got Sean Livingston at the plate here.
Don't think he has any numbers.
I don't think so either. Oh, he's a 1 for 3. Appeared in 3 games. He's got himself a knock. Good for Sean. Behind the count here, 0-2. That one misses down in the dirt. Good breaking ball there from Craig. Counts now 1-2 on Livingston. The offense spotted Craig Wilson a 3-run lead top half of the 2nd inning. Hudson Cornett with a good 2 RBI single through the left side. A couple hits batsman. Drove in that 3rd run. This one misses high. Counts 2-2 on Livingston. Wilson's 2-2 pitch is on its way. Swung on, dribbler, foul. Fuller will jump out and grab it, but no chance to get that one in fair territory. And beautiful field out here, Dealfield. One of my favorite places. The 2-2 swung on, fouled away. I played left field out here for the Bobcats. My little brother, who's a college baseball player himself, now out at Heidelberg, used to sit out on, if you can see the scoreboard, there's a place out there to video the football practices, the practice football fields out behind left field. He used to sit up there and wave at me. Watch the games from there. Wilson's 2-2, misses up and away. Counts now 3-2. Three-two, swung on and missed. Wilson puts him down on strikes. Good breaking ball there, Craig Wilson. 1 away here for the Bobcats. Little echoey here in the press box. We got cement walls around us. Not the best for acoustics. But we got this nice microphone here now, right? It should still help clean it up.
Curtin.
What's his first name?
David.
David Curtin. David Curtin at the plate now. He'll face Craig Wilson with 1 away. Curtin hits this one down the line. It's fair. That'll hit left field and stop. Curtin's going to try to go to second base. Gabe Morgan, good throw. Got him. Nice play, Gabe Morgan. Showing off the arm. That ball went into left field, and instead of rolling into the corner, just flat out stopped moving entirely. Morgan's able to corral it and makes a good throw. And Curtin is out diving into the bag. I think he was out at first. I'm sorry, not out at first. He dove into second base and came off the bag. But I think Danny Jones was able to, Ty Lathrop was able to put that tag on him the first time he dove in. So he held it on him, kept it on there for good measure. But nice play out there, Gabe Morgan.
Ethan Hurwitz.
Next up is Ethan Hurwitz. He takes a first pitch strike from Craig Wilson. Craig doing a good job once again at getting ahead of these Yeomen hitters. Breaking ball, hammered to left field. Gabe Morgan's not going to get this one. That'll go all the way to the corner. Hurwitz hits first, he'll head for second base. Morgan's throw won't be in time. The Yeomen have themselves a 2-out base runner. Ethan Hurwitz with a stand-up double. After Hurwitz will be Andrew, is that Salami?
Yep.
All right, Andrew Salami. They've got a Y at the end, so. What a name, Andrew Salami. Great one.
Salam, Grand Salam.
Fantastic baseball name. He'll hit here with a runner on second, 2 away. First pitch he sees from Craig Wilson is high for ball 1. Salami steps back in. Wilson comes set, checks his runner at second. The 1-0 misses up as well. Counts 2-0 here. Salami's got 1 at bat so far on this season, and he walked. Pops this one up. Danny Jones calls for it. He'll make the play, and that'll do it here for the Yeomen. They leave one stranded. Bobcats still lead this one 3-0 going to the top half of the 3rd inning. Now throwing for the Yeomen is Chase Falkerson. Falkerson has 3 appearances so far in the year, 1.2 innings. He's allowed 4 runs, 3 earned. Walked 4, struck out 4, so. Usually when guys have a lot of strikeouts and a lot of walks, they got good stuff, you know? Like there's a lot of movement or something on it. We'll see what Falkerson's working with. He'll see the Bobcat catcher Blake Fuller to lead things off. Nick Heilman standing on deck. Good breaking ball there.
Yeah, he's got this weird delivery. It's very over the top.
Yeah, that was a straight 12-6 curveball. 12-6 meaning like the hands on a clock. That ball went from 12 to 6. This one misses high. Counts now 1-1 on Blake Fuller. Falkerson's 1-1. Misses up. Counts now 2-1. Great dog out here in the bleachers. I tried to bring my dog out here to watch a game one day, and he was terrified of the metal bleachers. He was like curled up. I felt bad for him. Fuller swings through one. Counts now 2-2. Falkerson comes set with 2-2 pitch. Curveball missed high, 3-2. He thought he had it, but that one came in high. Catcher caught it at the waist, across at the eyes. Payoff pitch to Fuller's on its way. Another breaking ball. Left it high. Ball 4. Fuller takes his walk. That'll bring up Nick Heilman, the Bobcat DH. Heilman hit his first career home run against LC just a couple days ago. I wasn't there for it, unfortunately. I was coaching the softball team as we were playing LC as well, but I heard it was a bullet through the trees. First pitch to Heilman, in there for strike 1. That's one thing Caesar Field and Dill Field have in common is the nice trees back there behind the fence. Good aesthetic for the baseball field. Heilman swings through a fastball, counts now 0-2. Falkerson gets his sign, has what he wants, comes set. The 0-2. Misses up and in with a fastball, counts now 1-2. Heilman DH for the Bobcats today, does some catching himself. Done most of his time as the DH, as most of his at-bats have come that way. Played a little outfield the other day. Falkerson's delivery. Misses way up high, counts now 2-2 on Nick Heilman. Beautiful day out here at Dill Field. I know I've said that sarcastically a lot of times on this broadcast, that we have had just the worst weather you can possibly imagine for a spring season. But Heilman swings through a fastball. He's the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Danny Jones, the shortstop. I've said many times that how poor the weather's been. Today is an absolutely gorgeous day. Mid-60s, sunny. A little bit of rain this morning. I was worried we'd get drizzled out, but here we are playing baseball on a lovely spring day. First pitch from Falkerson's in there for strike one. Good breaking ball to Danny Jones. The 0-1, another breaking ball. That one's in there for strike two. Jones thought it was high. Must say, I agree with him. Consensus, that pitch was high.
I mean, I'll take it.
Jones steps back in, the 0-2. Just reaches out and taps it. That'll land foul. Little defensive swing in there from Danny Jones. He'll get back in the box, counts 0-2. Like I mentioned, all these Bobcats are tough outs. There's no easy spot in this lineup or on this roster. Danny's behind in the count 0-2, but this is going to be the fourth pitch of his at-bat now as well. Heilman fell behind 0-2, and we can't figure out what's going on with the baseball here. Gabe Morgan's going to help out, run over and grab one. Gabe's a nice guy. Falkerson comes set. 0-2 pitch. Curveball hit up high. Danny Jones went up and got it anyway. Nice sliding stop by the shortstop. Good defensive play up there by the Yeomen. The shortstop, Strabley, grabbed it and flipped to Catterall, the second baseman, at the bag. That ball looked like it was going right through the infield, but Strabley slides through, grabs it, flips to Catterall to get the lead runner, Fuller. Jones able to beat it out at first base, so that'll put two down here for the Bobcats. Still a runner remaining at first. Gabe Morgan will step up to the plate to hit. Toss over to first base, but Danny Jones dives back in. Wouldn't be surprised to see him on the move here. With two away, Morgan a pretty good contact hitter. It'd make more sense to have Jones at second base. This one hit up the middle, gloved by Faulkner. That goes off the pitcher. Catterall, the second baseman, grabs it, flips to Strabley, the shortstop, at the bag for the third out of the inning. That'll do it here for the Bobcats. They still lead this game 3-0 halfway through the third. Bottom of the third inning, Craig Wilson back out to work.
It's Vin Dulcimascio.
Vinny Dulcimascio steps up to the plate. Typically a pitcher for this Yeomen team. Hits one on the ground. Danny Jones grabs it, throws to first. Ferchow pops off the bag. Dulcimascio is the first out of the third inning. I wonder if his brother's coming out in a couple weeks. I hope so. I haven't seen Vincent or seen Blaze in a while. That'll turn the lineup over. The shortstop, Strabley, comes to the plate. He sees Craig Wilson for the second time. Curveball at the knees for strike one. Wilson's ahead here in the count. Swings through that one. Counts now 0-2. Wilson looks in for the 0-2. Has the sign. 0-2 to Strabley. Fastball up. Counts now 1-2. Not sure what's going on with my game changer. We'll pull up this one. Strabley hits this one high to left field. Gabe Morgan's back after it. Jumps, makes the catch right on the warning track. Great play out there, Gabe Morgan. Tracked that ball deep. It looked like it was going to be over his head and go off the wall, but he jumped right at the last second, made the catch, brought it in. 2 away here for the Bobcats.
Yeah, going from the sun to the shade on the warning track.
Tough play out there, tough play. That'll bring up the second baseman, Catterall. He'll hit here with 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch he sees is up and in. Next pitch from Wilson, down and away for ball 2. Bobcats, 3 runs on 2 hits, no errors. I guess we don't really have an errors thing lit up there yet, so yeah, I don't think there's been any errors made.
Nope, no errors. It does light up when I press the button, but nothing yet.
That one misses off the plate. Counts 3-0 now here on Catterall. The Yeomen. No runs on 3 hits, no errors. Wilson behind the count here, 3-0. Catterall swinging with a 3-0 count. Fouls this one off. Counts now 3-1. I was always a fan of letting it rip 3-0. You never know. That might be the best pitch you get all day. If I'm a pitcher, if I got to throw you a 3-1 or 3-0 fastball, I'm not throwing you a 3-1 fastball. You know, like you're gonna get a slider or a changeup 3-1 if I get ahead with that or if I get in the strike zone there. Fouls this one off. Counts now 3-2. You get 3-0 and you're a good hitter and you get a pitch you like, hit it. That's what you do. Had to run the count full, 3-2. Payoff pitch from Wilson on its way. Misses away, ball 4. The Yeomen have a runner at first base here, 2 away. Grossel stepping up to the plate. He'll hit for the second time. They got Hefferman here as their 3-hitter, but Coach Wilson told me that he might not be here in time. I'm assuming he's stuck in the lab or something.
Job interview is what I heard.
That one hit on the ground to Danny Jones. He's got a job interview. Good for him. Come out of college with a job. That'll do it here for the Yeomen in the bottom half of the third inning. They go quietly. One runner reaches on a walk. They leave him stranded. Bobcats lead this one 3-0 going to the 4th. Ben Borzakowski on the mound now for the Yeomen. He'll see the top of the Bobcat lineup in Tyler Lathrop, Hudson Cornett, and Matt Blanchard. Sorry, I'm a screen short today. I've usually got the iPad with the game changer on it and my stats on the phone. That ball was 8 inches outside. Tyler Lathrop looked back at the umpire like, huh? I don't blame him. Count is 0-1, unfortunately. That one misses away. Borzakowski.
Outside corner all day.
Counts 1-1 here on Lathrop. Lathrop takes this one off the back. That is the 5th hit batter today for the Bobcats. He'll take his lump and head to first base, and Hudson Cornett will come to hit here with a runner on. Cornett, a big 2 RBI single in the 2nd inning. Got the Bobcats on the board.
Maybe we have a grudge against your guys I just don't know about.
First pitch from Borzakowski misses up and away for ball 1. The 1-0 misses down and in. That'll skip back to the net. Ty Lathrop will round second base and put the brakes on right there. He thought about it, but he's going to stay there. Counts 2-0 here on Cornett. So the 2-0 count, Lathrop at second. Cornett will step back into the plate. This one misses in off the plate. Counts now 3-0. Blanchard waiting on deck. He's been hot recently. Through this 12-game win streak, he's 3 for 5, I believe. I was looking at the numbers earlier. That ball misses in off the plate. Cornett will take his walk, and the Bobcats have 2 free base runners.
Loss. If Elliott goes in at some point, we're switching.
Matt Blanchard will come to the plate now. He'll hit with 2 runners aboard, nobody out. Bobcats leading this one 3-0. This one misses in off the plate for ball 1. The Yeomen actually out hitting the Bobcats right now, 3-2, but the free passes have really been the difference here. As I mentioned, there's been 5 hit batters and 2 or 3 walks. So the Bobcats have had a lot of free base runners to work with. Craig Wilson on the Bobcat side has done a good job of making the Yeomen hit it. Blanchard was hitting with an open left side there, as there was a cross-up between the pitcher Borzakowski and the shortstop Strabley. Strabley was standing on second base, and Borzakowski went to the plate. Blanchard could have hit a 5-hopper to the left side and ended up on first. That ball is in there for a strike. Counts now 2-1 here on the Bobcat third baseman. Blanchard, a two-way guy, will get up on the mound and throw it as well. Does a good job playing defense over at third base. Works with a good breaking ball off the mound. Lifts this one high. It slices foul. Might have had the distance. It went over the short fence out there in right field. You can't really tell off the camera. Our view is a little tight, but I would say 9-foot fence goes down to a solid 4-foot fence in foul territory. It cleared the 4-foot fence. Not sure it was high enough to make it out of the yard if it was a fair ball. We'll do it again here, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. The ball that is in the other batter's box. And Blanchard is rung up. That pitch wasn't even close. I'm not sure who this guy is behind the plate, but we don't want to see him anymore. That ball was That was over the white line in the other batter's box, and Matt Blanchard is called out on strikes. It had never touched home plate. Like, it wasn't even close. First pitch to Miranda, misses down. The Bobcat runners moved up to second and third on the awful curveball, called strike 3 on Matt Blanchard. Miranda will hit here with one away, runners at second and third. Miranda hits this one hard to third base. Lathrop was off on contact. The third baseman, Curtin, grabbed it and went to the plate, but the throw was wide. The catcher, Hefferman, wasn't able to, I guess it's not Hefferman back there. I'm not sure who's back there. Somebody's catching. Livingston wasn't able to corral it, so Lathrop will slide in, safe. Give the Bobcats a 4-0 lead. Miranda will end up at first base. That'll put Bobcats at the corners here. The first baseman, Drew Ferchow, at the plate. Miranda will move up into scoring position without a throw. That ball was down. So put runners at second and third now with a 1-0 count here for Drew Ferchow. Borzakowski here working lefty-lefty matchup. I can only imagine the way where he stands on the mound and with his arm angle. Lefty-lefty matchup is kind of what they're grooming him for. I mentioned his mound presence. He's on the far first base side of the mound. So with where he throws the ball from, that's no fun as a left-handed hitter. I can tell you from experience being a left-handed hitter. When the ball starts behind you, you're used to seeing pitches start away from you and break in. Now you're seeing a ball break away from you, but it's starting behind your hip. That's no fun. Ferchow draws a 4-pitch walk. He'll head to first base. Blake Fuller will come to the plate now. He'll hit with one away and the base is loaded.
I like this arm angle. Wait till next inning.
Fuller hits. Bases full of Bobcats. First pitch misses up and away. Another back pick to third base. Cornette dives in safe. One 0 count on Fuller. Next pitch from Burkowski misses high. Counts now 2-0. I told my fiance, who I met here at Oberlin College, and we were having a game here today. That pitch from Burkowski's in there for strike 1. I was going to be at the college. We live in Elyria, just down the street. And we decided to set up dinner plans. I think we're going to go hit the Fev after this. Haven't been to the Fev in quite a while, so I'll head over there, grab a burger. She's a vegetarian, and being in Oberlin, they're very vegetarian conscious, so there'll be plenty of things for her to eat at the Fev. Fuller swings through a ball off the plate. Counts now 2-2.
Go-to burger at the Fev?
I haven't been there in a while. They used to have it was a hot one. It was a burger with like a...
Was it the Wellington?
No. It was it had a jalapeno... I think it was called the Diablo burger. Oh, this guy behind home... I don't know what's going on, but he just rung up Blake Fuller on a bat that never came off his shoulder. So Fuller's the second out of the inning here, and neither one of these Bobcats should have been out. Matt Blanchard struck out on a ball that was 8 inches off the plate, and Blake Fuller just struck out. And when he didn't swing, the ball was in the dirt. He kind of checked it, thinking that it was a curved ball. There was no attempt to swing the bat, though. And he's rung up. So 2 gift outs for the Yeomen here. Nick Heilman steps to the plate with the bases loaded. He'll hit with a 1-1 count. Heilman trying to break this baby open for the Bobcats. The burger was the Diablo burger. It was my favorite. It had jalapeno jelly and something else on it. Ferchow comes off the mound, gloves it, throws a seed over to first base, and Heilman is retired. That'll do it here for the Bobcats. They load him up, but are only able to plate one. Jake Plata is unhappy with the call from home plate umpire, and rightfully so. That was a awful call back there behind home plate.
Which one?
there was a couple of them that were not great. But Bobcats plate one. They lead this one 4-0 going to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Craig Wilson back out for his fourth inning of work. He'll be greeted by Nick Rosa Palmero. Palmero hits this one on the ground. Foul. Counts now 0-1 on him. The 0-1 misses off the plate. Counts now 1-1. No action in the Bobcat bullpen. It looks like they're going to let Craig Wilson ride this one out. He's been doing a great job holding the Yeomen scoreless. Bobcats lead this game 4-0. Slow breaking ball from Craig Wilson. Catches that very wide outside part of the plate. Counts now 1-2. I'm not sure that one was a strike either. It looked like Blake Fuller pulled it back. That's the one Wilson wants. Rocks, fires, the 1-2. Misses down and in. Counts now 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Wilson on its way. Swung on, fouled off over our head. Count will remain 2-2. Good at bat here by Rosa Palmero. Wilson's 2-2. Breaking ball, misses up and in. Counts now 3-2. Does the mound come off?
Yeah.
Interesting. The mound is a different color turf, I just realized. And apparently you can take it off of
Yeah, we had it replaced over
the field. Okay.
Mound in the fall was not fun to pitch off of.
I remember it being pretty rough over the summer. Wilson's 3-2, misses high. That'll send Rosa Palmero to first. Play a lot of summer tournaments out here at Oberlin College, so the mound got a lot of use over the summer. Just about every day they were playing games out here. Some of these summer tournaments start on Wednesday or Thursday now, and there's just games constantly. So I bet that pitcher's mound saw 600 innings this summer.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of like turf mounds personally, but this is definitely better.
Yeah.
I'm just afraid to slip, you know?
Count 0-1 here on Livingston, the catcher. Wilson flips one over to Ferchow at first. Rosa Palmero back with a dive. Another throw from Wilson. Nothing happening over there at first base. He's back with the dive. There's a wire that holds the net up out here to protect the bleachers. Wilson's 0-1 is in there for strike 2. It runs all the way down to the, not the foul poles, but about the same area. We had our spikes thrown up over that wire for a couple of years, and it just kept kind of growing. Once you graduated, we walked out here at night and had a wonderful time trying to throw our tied up cleats over that wire. It's harder than you would think. If you've never tried to throw a pair of shoes over a telephone wire, you should. It took us a very long time, some of us longer than others. But they've taken the spikes down. Makes me a little bit sad. I kind of liked seeing them up there. I don't know when I was playing, some of the guys before me, Craig Wilson's delivery, Mitch's high, 1 and 2. Some of the class before mine, I believe, started that tradition, throwing the spikes over the wire. And it made me happy to come out and see their spikes up there. Remind me of my friends. All the guys are coming to town in a couple days. Maybe we can run out to play it again and get some spikes and throw another pair up there. We'll just put them back. The 1-2 pitch from Wilson will come later. He throws another one over to first base. Rosa Palmero dives in safe. Wilson comes set. Another throw over to first base.
He took one huge secondary on the first pitch, and now everyone's terrified.
He's trying to tire him out. And Blake Fuller's got a good arm back there. There goes Palmero. Ball hit on the ground. Danny Jones will grab it. With the runner in motion, no chance for a double play. He'll go over to first base. Livingston will be out on the play, but Rosa Palmero will move up to second. Good thing he was in action, or he would have been the start of a double play. Sorry, my scoreboard was falling behind. If I don't have it in the front, it doesn't update. Let's see if we can fix that. There we go. So after Livingston will be Curtin, the third baseman. Curtin swings through a good, that looked like an off-speed pitch from Craig Wilson. I don't know if he throws much of a changeup, but that one definitely looked like a changeup. Pulled the string on him a little bit. Counts now 0-1. Curtin will hit with the runner on second base. The runner's Rosa Palmero. Reached on a leadoff walk. Curtin hits this one on the ground. Danny Jones will come grab it. Throw across the diamonds. Curtin's the second out of the inning. Rosa Palmero goes to third on the slow roller. Jones thought about trying to get him at third base, but elected just to take the out. Probably a good call there on his part. Now 2 away here, runner on third base. Ethan Hurwitz will come up to the plate, fouls this one off. Hurwitz had a 2-out double his first time up. Wilson ahead of him here, 0-1. Craig comes set, is 0-1. Hit on the ground. Foul. Wilson ahead here, 0-2. And Bobcat's going a little bit of a shift. Gabe Morgan standing fairly close to the line up there in left field. Matt Blanchard shifts a little towards the line as well at third base. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2 the count now. Craig's 1-2. Swung on and missed. Is down in the dirt. Blake Fuller grabs it, runs out into the field, throws to Drew Ferchow at first to complete the ball in the dirt. Throw him out, K. Yeomen get a leadoff runner aboard, move him over to third base, but that's where he'll stop. Bobcat still lead this one 4-0 going to the 5th inning.
Good in here until they need me out here. I'd much rather do the scoreboard.
We're back here, top of the 5th inning. Danny Jones leading it off for the Bobcats. What was this kid's name?
Zach Ritz.
Zach Ritz on the mound now for the Yeomen. Ritz, 3 appearances. He's thrown 5 innings so far this season. He's allowed 4 runs, 4 earned on 5 hits, 2 walks. He's struck out a pair. Danny Jones will step in and see him. Real weird angle from Ritz here. He throws the ball with a real herky-jerky motion from right around the belt. Spinner there from Ritz. In there for a strike. Counts now 2-1. Or we 1-1. That was the first pitch, right? Are we 2-1?
2-1.
2-1. Breaking ball misses in off the plate. Counts now 2-2. Yeah, Oberlin's had a lot of these guys throwing from this arm angle. The first one really was Phil Brua. He's the head coach out at Hiram now. Never got to play with Phil. Danny Jones takes a walk. He'll head down to first base. But Phil kind of was pushy from down around the belt. Threw the ball real hard. I got to face Phil a little bit. He played in the Blue Jays organization for a couple of years. He'd come back and throw to us to stay hot, and it just wasn't fair. Everything looked funny. He'd throw a fastball that ran away from you and a slider that ran in on you from the left-handed side. And they both looked different, so the ball would just be in the zone, and then it wasn't. Danny Jones gets thrown out at second base here, trying to steal. He'll be the first out of the inning for the Bobcats.
I went through it a couple of times. My dad knew him pretty well, so he coached me a little bit on my pitching.
Phil was one heck of a pitcher.
Yeah. I did some of the camps over in the field house when I was younger. He helped coach those.
Yeah. He was the pitching coach out here when I was here. Never got to play with Phil, but I got to face him in the cage. That was not fun. He was the pitching coach here. I was an outfielder by the time Phil was the pitching coach here, though, so I didn't get to spend a whole lot of time with him. I pitched a little bit my first couple years here at Oberlin, but about halfway through my sophomore year, I was playing left field. With one away here, Gabe Morgan will step up to hit now. Counts now 1-0 on Gabe. That first ball missed. But we had a couple guys here while I was here that threw from this angle. Mike McDonald was one of them. He was pitcher of the year in 2014, I believe. He threw from down below the knee, but he ran it up there about 88 miles an hour and could also hit the ball a ton as he DH'd and pitched. Played some second base and diced up the NCAC for a couple years. Morgan hits this one on the ground, booted.
It's a weird bounce.
Yeah, the rare bad hop off the turf gets Strabley. Gabe Morgan's on first. But after Mike graduated, we didn't really have a submarine guy until Milo Sklar came in my senior year. He was a freshman. He had a heck of a career over here at Oberlin. Had a very good year for us as a freshman. He threw from down below the belt. Ended up being player of the year we won the NCAC. He was the tournament player, NCAC tournament player of the year. I think he had 2 wins and a save or something in 5 games across 3 days.
Yeah, Hurwitz told me a story when we were in DePaul about when he was recruited. Coach A referred to himself as the sidearm Yoda.
Pretty much. Coach A's always had him a side armor. If he didn't have one, he made one. Milo Phil came in as a pitcher, but he played middle infield too and got moved to sidearm after playing middle infield. Same thing with Milo. Milo came in as a shortstop. Wasn't going to get a chance to play a whole lot of a shortstop as we had the middle infield locked up. That one's hit in the gap. Danny Jones will go all the way to third base. Ty Lathrop, he'll put on the brakes right there at first. That'll put Bobcats at the corners here. 1 away. Zach Ritz working on the mound here. Good work there by Ty Lathrop to stay in on that ball and on his hands and just kind of fight it out in that right center gap. And so Ritz, just the latest member of a long line of side armors coming out of the Bobcat bullpen. Hudson Cornett will step in here. He takes a called strike. Cornett gets into one, hits it down the line, foul. Lathrop was in motion. Looked like there was a little bit of hit and run action on there. Coach played trying to steal him an extra run. If Cornett could have put that ball in a gap, the Bobcats would have scored 2. Lathrop runs pretty well over there at first base. Like a lot of these Bobcats, they do a good job running the bases. Not, I wouldn't say overly speedy, a lot of them. There's some guys, like we've seen Ryan Horstman and Tyler Wolf and Dom Prevesk steal bag after bag against a slow pitcher or a sleepy catcher. But most of the team runs the bases fairly well. Counts now 1-2. Lathrop goes into second base without a throw. Cornett spits on a curveball that missed off the plate. That'll even the count now, 2-2. Cornett looking to extend this Bobcat lead. He drove in the first 2 with a single through the left side earlier in the ball game. Swings through a breaking ball. That ball will go to the backstop though, and Cornett will move up to first base. So tough luck there for Ritz. He got Cornett fishing on a breaking ball off the plate, but catcher Livingston not able to keep it in front of him. It goes to the backstop. A run scores as Danny Jones comes in, and Cornett ends up at first base. So nothing worse than striking a guy out and having him make it on the bases anyway. That'll bring up Matt Blanchard. Blanchard will hit now. 1 away here. Bobcats at the corners. There goes Cornett. Livingston grabs it, goes to third. They got him. Lathrop hanging out off third base. We've seen Livingston throw the ball to third twice now. Lathrop thought he was going to second. Livingston decided to take a left turn with that one and throw it to third instead. And Lathrop's picked off. Give Livingston his second caught stealing of this inning. Yes, he's gotten both outs for the Yeomen here. Blanchard hits this one hard to center field. Rosa Palmero's after it. It's going to go off the wall. Here comes Hudson Cornett. He's going to score. Matt Blanchard coming hard around second base. He'll stand right there. Blanchard not one of those Bobcats that runs the best. He does all right. He'll go into second base standing with a double, but he's not going to try to stretch that to a triple.
I think we got Hunter Jackson now in center.
I'm being told Hunter Jackson's now in center field. Nick Rosa Palmero is no longer in the ballgame. I'm not getting. This is more of a friendly competition out here with the Yeomen, so I'm not getting notifications or any sort of lineup changes out here in the press box. Give the Bobcats 2 this inning. Blanchard out at second base. Miranda at the plate. Miranda hits one high and deep to left field. Left fielder's after it. Makes the play. I think that one got in on the handle a little bit off Miranda. He just missed it. He's hopping around first base. He knows he just missed. That'll do it here for the Bobcats. They plate 2 more in the top half of the 5th inning. They take a lead of 6-0 heading to the bottom half of the 5th. Andrew Salami back at the plate now here for the Yeomen. He'll face Craig Wilson. Alec Kalenic enters the ballgame. He'll do the catching for the Bobcats. He replaces Blake Fuller. Wilson's first pitch in there, strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. Misses down in the dirt for ball 1. That'll even the count at 1 apiece. Salami 0 for 1 on the day. My phone is not as good as the iPad. That usually works way better. On the iPad, I can see what he did last time.
Yeah, Game Changer can be very fickle on the phone.
And that helped me a whole lot. Counts now 2-1 here on Salami. Wilson's 2-1 misses inside. Counts now 3-1. And Wilson's 3-1, misses. That's a walk. Put Salami at first base. And Hunter Jackson will come to hit now. He's in for Vinny Dulcimaccio. Looks like there's a little movement down in the Bobcat bullpen. I think that's CJ Cross walking around down there. Wilson's first pitch, hit on the ground to Matt Blanchard at third. Blanchard to second base. Blanchard goes to 2. Lathrop gloves it. They get the lead off run, or the lead runner, Salami, right there. Lathrop's throw to first base. That's Caleb Atwood down there at first base now. Misses wide, but it hit the fence back there. And Alec Kalenic was Johnny on the spot, as he's a good defensive catcher. He was hustling to back up the play. Grabs it at the fence and keeps Jackson right there. So 1 down here for the Bobcats. Joe Strabley back at the plate now, the leadoff man for the Yeomen. First pitch to Strabley missed missed up. Counts now 1-0. Strabley 0 for 2 on the day. Runners in motion. Kalenic couldn't find a handle on it. Jackson will dive in safe at second base with a stolen base. Big stolen base gets rid of the double play opportunity. 1 ball, 1 strike on Strabley. 1 out here in the inning. Jackson, the runner at second. Wilson's 1-1. Good block back there by Kalenic. I only count 2-1 here. Bobcats lead this one, 6 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They are on top of the Yeomen. No runs on 3 hits. They've committed 2 errors. Craig Wilson has danced out of a little trouble the last couple innings. The Yeomen had runners aboard. Weren't able to bring him home. 2-1 pitch to Joe Strabley. On its way. Fouled straight back. On the count of 2-2. So Craig Wilson thrown 4 1/3 innings so far here today. He hasn't allowed any runs on 3 hits, 3 walks. He struck out a pair. Those are his first 2 strikeouts this season. Breaking ball, fouled straight back. Count will stay at 2-2. We'll do it again here, 2-2. Wilson comes set, checks his runner. Jackson at second base. Strabley hits this one high and deep to left field, but it is hooking foul. Long foul ball. Count will stay at 2-2. Wilson's tossed 66 pitches so far today, 41 strikes. He looks out at second base, gets the sign from Ty Lathrop about how many looks to take before going to the plate. Fastball misses up. Counts now 3-2. Another full count here for Craig Wilson. 1 walk already here in the inning. Wilson comes set with the 3-2 pitch. Checks his runner. 3-2 misses high. So that'll put 2 men aboard here for the Yeomen. They'll bring up the second baseman, Catterall. Anthony Catterall, 0 for 1 on the day. He walked his last time up. There goes the runner. Kalenic throws to third, but too late. Jackson caught Wilson sleeping there.
Yeah.
Had him timed up. He was off and running before Craig was going to the plate. Craig not the fastest to the plate either. So with a good jump like that, he had that stolen easily. Strabley follows behind him.
Yeah, Hunter was the second inning pitcher.
Gotcha.
With all the walks and hit batters. Most of his role on the team is pinch running.
He's a pretty good pinch runner.
Yeah.
A 1-1 count here on Catterall. He hits with 2 runners on, second and third. The Yeomen threatening here with 1 away in the bottom half of the 5th inning. One of my best friends in college was actually the designated pinch runner for our team while I was here. His name was Nate Weir. He's out getting his PhD now at some college in New York, a SUNY school.
Nice.
2-1. Swung on, fouled straight back. Count now 2-2.
weird season with all the uncertainty around Coach A for a while, and then just we haven't had a full season since 2019.
It's been rough.
Yeah.
2-2, swung on, hit up the middle. Danny Jones gloves it. He'll go to first base. So Catterall thrown out. He's the second out of the inning, but the ground out to Jones at shortstop is enough to score Jackson from third. Put the Yeomen on the board. That'll bring up Kyle Grossel. He'll bat with 2 outs and a runner on second base. The runner being Strabley. Grossel hits this one high to center field. Hudson Cornett's all turned around. He looks like he's got it now. Nice play out there, Hudson Cornett. He broke right, decided that was wrong, did a full 360. So he was looking over his left shoulder. Had enough time as that ball was hit way up in the air to find it again and make the catch. So nice play out there by the Bobcat utility man. The Yeomen get on the board here. They plate 1. They leave another runner stranded. Bobcats lead this one 6-1 going to the 6th inning. We're playing 9 here on this one. So this is top of the 6th coming up. Carson Blue on to pitch now for the Yeomen. He'll see Bobcat first baseman Caleb Atwood. Atwood replaces Drew Ferchow. He'll see Atwood and then Kalenic. Kalenic came in for Blake Fuller. I'm not sure who's hitting after Kalenic. Looks like that might be Dylan Cutler down there getting some swings. Coming up next, we'll see. I'll let you know when he comes up to the plate. Anyway, Atwood at the plate. He faces Blue. Blue plunks Atwood with his first pitch. Blue working as a slingy, three-quartery, sidearmy kind of guy, too. That first pitch, it looked like a two-seamer. Ran up and got Atwood in the shoulder. Not his first time being plunked. He's been hit probably close to a half dozen times now this season. Another one of those Bobcats that sees a ton of pitches, and is always on base. So Atwood gets plunked with the first pitch. He's over at first. This pitch to Kalenic misses away. 1-0 count on him. Kalenic with my favorite hit of the season so far, the walk-off pinch hit home run against CCBC a week or so ago. That ball clanks off the fence out here in front of us. Counts now 1-1.
Yeah, in our fall games, we played a doubleheader against Hiram in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
These are games. First game, walk-off grand slam.
I remember that. I think I was here. I came to watch those games.
That was fun.
Yeah. I was definitely here. I came to watch those games because I called my buddies. I got on the FaceTime with all the guys from 2015. I was like, you're never going to believe this.
Yeah, also, having played for Oberlin High School, it had been a long time since I've won a baseball game.
Kalenic down on strikes. He's the first out of the inning. It is Dylan Cutler coming up to the plate here. He'll hit for... As I mentioned, I don't have my iPad here today. I didn't get a lineup card either. We'll see if I can find a picture of it over here on you. He's hitting for Heilman. First pitch from Blues in there for a strike. Good stuff here from the side-winding right-hander. There's a hard two-seamer that runs in on righties, and he's throwing a slider off of it that breaks away. So a lot of movement. Working with a lot of movement. Atwood at first, with a healthy lead, but I'd be very surprised to see him going anywhere. Atwood, not typically a base stealer for the Bobcats. Decent base runner, but not a base stealer. That one misses off the plate away. Counts now 1-1. The sun's starting to come down over the roof of the press box here. I think the camera should be good, though. It's higher than we are. I don't think we'll get a glare here for a while still.
Oh.
That pitch looked to be right down Broadway. Call the ball. Count is now 2-1 here on Dylan Cutler. Good Lord.
Just think of this makeup call.
From 3 innings ago. Blue comes set, the 2-1. This one's down in the dirt. Counts now 3-1 on Dylan Cutler. Cutler, another Bobcat commit. He'll be going out to Blue Field, just like Lathrop. Finish off his college career once this spring season comes to a close. The 3-1. Fouled off. Another good two-seamer there from Blue. Started on the corner and just ran in on the hands of Cutler. There was nothing he could do with it. Looked like a good pitch until it wasn't. Had to only count full 3-2. Blue comes set, checks Atwood at first. Here comes the 3-2. A slider. Good at bat there by Cutler. Didn't do too much, got the slider, stayed on it, just drove it through the hole at second base. Put 2 Bobcats on board now for Danny Jones. Atwood at second, Cutler at first. Sorry, my scoreboard wasn't updating again. First pitch to Danny Jones. Misses in off the plate for ball 1. That looked like a slider that didn't slide enough. Count 1-0 here in the Bobcat shortstop. Jones fouls this one off. Coach Plata hears it from the dugout as he makes a nice play down there at third. A 2-hopper. Jones 0 for 1 on the day. Walked and scored. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 2 runners on board. Bobcats leading this one 6-1 in the 6th inning. Two-one count here on Jones. Gabe Morgan waiting on deck. The 2-1 pitch. Misses in. Atwood will take a stroll to third base. Never seems to be in a big hurry, Caleb Atwood. That's just kind of how the kid lives his life, you know? He's He goes just as fast as he needs to. Runners a second and third here. Danny Jones hitting with a 3-1 count, looking to open this baby up for the Bobcats. Jones hits one hard to left field. That'll get over the head of the left fielder. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Atwood was standing on third. Cutler was right up his butt. They'll both score. Danny Jones slides into second with a 2 RBI double. Good piece of hitting there by Danny. The Bobcats get the run the Yeomen scored right back, and they tack on an extra. They lead this one 8-1 now here in the top half of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Gabe Morgan. He'll hit with a runner on second base. 1 away. This one misses away. Jones dives in, but he is out. Nice play back there by the catcher, Jackson. That ball skipped away. Jones thought he had a good jump. Jackson grabbed it, threw a dart to third base. He's the second out of the inning. And the third Bobcat erased on the bases by the catcher, Jackson.
Livingston.
I'm sorry, Livingston behind the plate. Jackson's in center field.
Except he's not this inning. I have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah, Livingston having a great game back there. Once again, my lineup says Hefferman's catching, but Hefferman's not here. The whole thing's wrong now. Count 2-0 here on Gabe Morgan. Blues 2-0. Swung on. 2-hopper to shortstop. It's actually gloved by the third baseman. He throws to first. He was able to keep his foot on the bag, apparently. Gabe Morgan can't believe it. He's the third out of the inning. Bobcats lead this one 8-1, going to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Nick Rosa Palmero steps in to hit. Craig Wilson still working for the Bobcats. He comes out for his 6th inning. Good curveball there by Craig. Ahead in the count here. 0-1. Craig's 0-1 on its way. Swung on, lifted to right center. That's going to land right between 3 Bobcats. Not a bad piece of hitting there by Rosa Palmero. Caught one off the end. If he'd have hit it harder, I think Aaron Miranda could have got it. If he'd have hit it softer, Ty Lathrop would have caught it. Just had one of those little duck farts that lands behind the second baseman in front of the outfielders. And just like that, the Yeomen have their leadoff man aboard once again. I believe that's 3 innings in a row they've had the leadoff man on. There goes Rosa Palmero. This one's lifted high to left center. Gabe Morgan's after it. Hudson Cornett calls him off, makes the catch. Great catch out there, Hudson Cornett. Wow, what a play. The Bobcat utility man showing it off. Covers a lot of grounds to make that catch deep in left center field.
Feel bad for Sean there. He's been in practice as well. He's been in a hell of a slump. He absolutely pieces one up just to have that nice play.
Heck of a play out there by the Bobcat center fielder. Rosa Palmero has to go all the way back to first base. He was probably halfway around second before that ball was caught. Hudson Cornett came in as a third baseman pitcher, but has looked really good in the outfield. This ball hit on the ground. Danny Jones gloves, flips to Lathrop, throws to Atwood, and that'll do it here for the Yeomen in the bottom half of the sixth inning. Bobcats roll two. Nice play up there up the middle. Jones to Lathrop to Atwood, and that will do it here in the sixth. We'll take it to the top half of the seventh. Your Bobcats leading 8-1. Pitching now for the Yeomen is JT Glasgow. He'll face the top of the Bobcat lineup with Ty Lathrop, Hudson Cornett, and Matt Blanchard. Cornett just made a fantastic play in center field. I wish we had a better media department out here to help with some of the video. It's hard to see the outfield from here, but he covered a lot of ground and made a nice catch in left center. Glasgow's first pitch misses down and away to Lathrop. Livingston tried to block it, but I think it skipped off. I don't know if it caught gear. It might have just skipped off his leg. 1-0 the count on Lathrop. Lathrop swings through an off-speed pitch. Counts now 1-1. Ties 1 for 3 on the day. Singled and scored earlier. Breaking ball misses down. Ahead in the count here, 2-1. The 2-1 misses down and away. Counts now 3-1 on Ty Lathrop. Glasgow's 3-1. Misses off the plate. Ball 4. Lathrop will take the walk. The Bobcats have their leadoff man aboard. Hudson Cornett coming to bat. Cornett carries more gloves than any ball player I think I've ever seen. I followed him out of the park the other day, and I want to say he had 4 gloves hanging off of his bag. He had his big glove for the outfield, his little glove for the infield, a glove for pitching, the first baseman's mitt. I told him we were going to get him a catcher's mitt just to round out the whole pair. First pitch to Cornett, misses down. That's ball 1. Lathrop at first runs pretty well, but I'd be surprised to see the Bobcats test the arm of Livingston again. He's already erased half a dozen of them. Glasgow picks to first. Lathrop's back with a dive. It's been decided I'm going to the Feb tonight for dinner. Can't wait. Haven't been to the Feb in years. I've been told the pretzel bites are good. There goes Lathrop. Dives in safe. Not a whole lot Livingston can do with that one. Glasgow, not the fastest guy to the plate. Lathrop was sliding before that ball was thrown.
That was a nice sell by Strapley, though. That ball went straight into center field.
Yep. 1-1 count on Cornett. He hits with a runner on second base now. Bobcats leading 8-1. Good curveball there by Glasgow. He's ahead in the count here, 1-2. Glasgow gets his sign, comes set. Shortstop covers the bag. 1-2 ripped on the left field line, but foul. So we'll do it again here, 1-2. Livingston's going to hustle out and chat with Glasgow, the pitcher. We got to switch up the signs. They think Lathrop's out there picking them. Or maybe they got crossed up there. He was looking for a fastball and got the slider.
Sometimes those runner on second signs are hard to follow.
Livingston shakes his head on the way back. I'm going to say the pitcher was wrong. Made a mistake. Even smart guys out here at Oberlin, you know, baseball's tough. Even they make mistakes. Cornett hits this one on the ground. Gloved by Strabley at short. He throws to first, but Cornett can fly. He beats the throw. That'll put Bobcats at the corners now with nobody out. In the middle of the lineup coming up in Matt Blanchard. Aaron Miranda standing on deck. Glasgow comes set. The 0-0 pitch to Blanchard. Livingston throw to second base. Skips through. I think the throw may have been in time, but the execution on the other end, the catch and tag, just wasn't there. Never actually happened. That'll put runners at second and third now. Matt Blanchard batting with a 1-0 count, or an 0-1 count, I'm sorry. The 0-1 from Glasgow. Misses low, counts now 1-1. Looks like there's some movement out there in the Bobcat pen now. Somebody's throwing. Maybe CJ Cross just took a walk out there earlier. Had to get away, you know. Little head space. Can't really tell who's down there.
12, maybe.
12. I'm not sure who's number 12. We'll see when they come to the ball game. Craig Wilson's done a fantastic job so far for the first 6. This one's hit on the ground. That'll score Lathrop. Cornett's going to try to go to third from second. He slides, and he's hosed. Great throw over there by the first baseman. So the ball by Blanchard hit to the shortstop, Strabley. Strabley goes across the diamond to first baseman Grossel. Grossel makes the play. The ball to the left side of the infield pushed Cornette back towards second base. So he wasn't just off and running on the pitch. The first pitch to Miranda here misses away.
There's a run as well.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. I almost forgot.
Because Cornette had to go back to the bag, it was a long run to third base. Grossel was able to come off the bag, make a good solid throw to Curtin over there at third, and they applied the tag. The Bobcats make another out on the bases. Not usually like them. They're usually very solid running the bases. Counts now 1-1 here on Miranda. He bats with nobody on, 2 away. Hits this one up the middle. Dive! No catch! That ball's on the ground. Miranda's going to go to second. A good base running there by the Bobcat right fielder. He was hustling all the way. Hit first, came hard around the bag, saw that ball was rolling in center field, and moves into second. So that'll put Miranda at second base, and Caleb Atwood at the bat. Atwood got hit on his first pitch seen so far today. I'm sure he's hoping to get something a little closer to the strike zone with this one. He likes to swing. Takes this pitch over the plate for strike one. Atwood, over the last dozen games, seeing a ridiculous 4.5 pitches per at bat. It's been in limited action, but I don't have the numbers in front of me. I was looking at them earlier. And I believe it's 9 at bats or plate appearances in the last 12 games. He's walked 6 times. 6 walks, a hit by pitch, and a single, I think. Ball in the dirt evens the count at 1-1. Atwood hitting, 1-1 count, 2 outs. Miranda the runner at second. Miranda with a good secondary lead out there. If Atwood can get anything through the infield, Miranda will come in to score for the Bobcats' 10th run on the board. The pitch from Glasgow misses high. Counts now 2-1 on the Bobcat first baseman. Oh, good lord. This ball, 8 inches outside. It's over the other batter's box. Called for a strike on Caleb Atwood.
I just wouldn't throw a pitch that wasn't there.
Yeah.
At this point.
There goes Miranda. Atwood hits this one on the ground, right up the middle. Strabley grabs it. Throws over to first. Atwood's the third out of the inning. Bobcats play it one more. They lead this one 9-1 going to the bottom half of the 7th. We are playing 9 here in this ball game. This is one 9-inning game today here with the Yeomen, so this will not do it. We'll be back here, bottom of the 7th coming up. So we're going to have a little bit longer of a break here between innings. Sean Barber had come on to throw in replace of Craig Wilson. But looks like he's been pulled for an injury. He came off the mound shaking his hand and pointing at his elbow, which is never a good thing to see for a pitcher. So if I hear anything about Sean, I'll keep you guys updated. But it looks like Caden Moore is going to come in and replace him. This will be a replacement for injury, so Cade will have all the pitches he needs to get loose. Good to see Cade back up on the mound throwing. He's coming off of a labrum issue himself. Worked in a little bit. He's worked a little bit so far this season. I'll grab his numbers for you. I had Barber's ready to go. He's appeared in 2 games, thrown 1.1 innings. No wins, no losses. Hasn't allowed a hit yet, no runs. Struck out a batter. So, pretty good numbers so far in the year in limited action for Cade Moore. Good to see him back on the mound throwing. We'll be back whenever he's ready to go. All right, looks like we're good to go. Cade must have been down in the bullpen throwing already. Maybe the Bobcats were going to go one inning here for the end of the ball game, so he was already getting loose. We're bottom of the 7th inning. Good curveball from Cade Moore. Ethan Hurwitz pops it straight up in the air. Danny Jones comes in and makes the play. It looked like he lost it there for a second, but was able to hold on. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Cade Moore comes in, gets Ethan Hurwitz to pop up. 1 away here, bottom of the 7th. That'll bring up Andrew Salami. Salami hits this one through the left side. Blanchard dove for it, but just out of reach. It gets into left field. Puts Salami at first base with a 1-out knock.
And Vin's back.
Vinny Dulcimaccio stepping up to the plate here. Looks like maybe they're rotating Dulcimaccio and Jackson in the 10 hole. So Dulcimaccio will step in to hit. 1 out, runner on first base. Cade Moore the pitcher. Cade's first pitch in there for strike 1. Dulcimaccio 0 for 1 so far in the day. And Cade needs to keep an eye on Salami over there at first base. He had a walk-in lead there. He was still moving when Cade went to the plate. Bobcats leading this one 9-1. They've got 9 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Yeomen 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors. Here's a good throw over. Good pickoff move by Cade. Tough stun over there for Atwood now at first base. Tough stun for us a little bit here in the box, too. Bunt attempt by Dulcimaccio. It rolls foul. That was one thing that Vinny's older brother was fantastic at. Blaze Dulcimaccio could put down a bunt with the best of them. The only problem was he's the slowest guy I've ever seen. It doesn't matter if you can put one on the line every time. You needed a skateboard to get to first base. It's one of the most wasted gifts I've ever seen in my entire life. There was nothing he could do with it. He was a great bunter. Vinny hits this one high to left field. Gabe Morgan's after it. He's at the wall. It hits the base of the wall. Salami will hit second and head to third. He's going to stop right there.
He is never going to let
Vinny Dosmaccio hits one off the wall. That'll put 2 Yeomen on the bases with 1 away as they threaten here in the bottom half of the 7th inning.
He's giving himself a case to go 2 right now.
Cade Moore's first delivery out here to the leadoff man, Strabley. Misses off the plate for a ball. Moore works with a fastball, sitting in the low 80s, throws a breaking ball off of it. There's the breaking ball. Ball on the ground to Blanchard. Blanchard picks it, elects to go to first. Nice scoop over there, Caleb Atwood. Blanchard owes him lunch.
Especially with his son.
Yes, big time play over there by Atwood. Give the Yeomen a run. They get back the one the Bobcats put up in the top half of the inning. Dosmaccio stays at second base on the ground out. 2 away here. Catterall steps up to the plate. First pitch to him misses for a ball. Moore comes set with the 1-0. Checks the runner at second. This one swung on, hit the Blanchard. Off his chest, he grabs it. Throws, not in time. Pulled Atwood off the bag. Another good defensive play over there by Atwood. He saves a run coming off the bag to pick that one backhanded and keep it in front of him. So give Blanchard an error. That's the first error for the Bobcats on the day. That'll put Yeomen at the corners. And Grossel coming to hit here. Kyle Grossel. Grossel 1 for 3 so far in the day. First pitch he sees from Moore is in there for a strike. Pickoff attempt at first base. Catterall dives back in safe. Catterall the runner at first. Dosmaccio the runner at third. Grossel at the plate. Dosmaccio with a big lead out there at third. I guess Matt Blanchard is playing way off the bag. There's nobody there holding him, but he was 15, 20 feet down the line at third base here. Moore comes set, checks his runners. Breaking ball from Moore, swung on, fouled back into the first base or the third base dugout. I'll make the count 1-2. Moore ahead in the count 0-2. Grossel's seen the fastball and the breaking ball. We'll see what Moore tries to get him with here. That ball way up. Catterall had a walking lead off first base. He could have walked to second. That'll put Yeomen at second and third here with 2 away. 1-2 count on the 3-hitter Grossel. Moore comes set, checks the runners. Breaking ball swung on, lined right at Dosmaccio, standing in foul territory. He ducks out of the way. That ball goes down the line. We'll do it again here at 1-2. Moore's 1-2 on its way. Swung on, hit in the air. Cornette's coming in. Lathrop's going back. Jones calls for it. Makes the catch. That'll do it here for the Yeomen. They plate 1 in the inning. Get back the run that the Bobcats scored in the top half. Bobcats leading this one 9-2 going to the 8th. Jimmy Fitzgerald into pitch now for the Yeomen. He'll face Bobcat catcher Alec Kalenic. Kalenic will be followed by Dylan Cutler. And it looks like we'll have a pinch hitter after Cutler. Not sure who's batting third here. Kalenic steps in 0 for 1 on the day, a strikeout victim earlier. Fitzgerald's first pitch, chopped. Swinging bunt by Kalenic. Nice little PFP by Fitzgerald. He's able to get there and kick the bag. He was worried about it there for a second, but he caught it with the back foot. Weird play there. Kalenic didn't mean to hit it. It ended up being a swinging bunt. The first baseman charged and grabbed it, but it took him too far away from the bag to get back to beat Kalenic. He had to flip to Fitzgerald, and the PFP was completed. That'll bring up Dylan Cutler now. He'll hit with 1 batter out. Nobody on.
I'm really glad Jimmy made that play, or else we'd all be running.
First pitch to Cutler misses off the plate away. This one's low. Cutler swings and hacks at it. Hit on the ground of the third baseman. He gloves and throws. That's Curtin over there at third base. Makes the play. Cutler's the second out of the inning. And that was Danny Jones over there. So Danny Jones will come to hit here with 2 away. Nobody on base. Fitzgerald cruising through the Bobcat lineup here. He's got 2 outs on 4 pitches. 2 outs on 3 pitches. Now he's got 2 outs on 4 pitches. First pitch to Jones. Misses off the plate. Counts 1-0 on him. The 1-0. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Next pitch from Fitzgerald, fouled away. Had a run and count 1 and 2 on Jones. Fitzgerald comes set, the 1-2. Swung through, Jones strikes out swinging. Livingston will step out in front of the plate, make the throw to first base. That'll do it for the Bobcats. They go quietly in the top half of the 8th inning. Good job there, Jimmy Fitzgerald coming out, getting 3 quick outs, turning the game back over to his offense in the bottom half of the inning. Bobcats leading this one 9-2 going to the bottom of the 8th. Cade Moore back out for his second inning of work. So with the injury to Barber, I forgot to give you Craig Wilson's final line. Craig goes 6 innings. He allows 1 run, 1 earned on 4 hits, 4 walks, struck out 2. Threw 79 pitches, 50 for strikes. Caden Moore back out for his second inning. He'll see Rosa Palmero. Palmero hits the first one high over the right fielder's head. Miranda's out to grab it. Throws the ball into Lathrop. It skips over his head, but picked up at second base by Danny Jones. Rosa Palmero with a hard hit double to lead off the bottom half of the 8th inning here for the Bobcats. I'm sorry, for the Yeomen. Put it on a second. There we go. That'll bring up the catcher, Livingston. Livingston 0 for 3 on the day. Pops this one straight up. Matt Blanchard calls for it at third. Makes the catch. Livingston's 0 for 4 on the day. He's the first out here in the bottom of the 8th. That'll bring up the third baseman, Curtin. He'll bat here with 1 away. Rosa Palmero at second. Good breaking ball there by Moore. Flipped it in there for strike 1. Curtin spits on it, but it's a called strike at the knees. Another curveball lifted high to left field. Gabe Morgan's after it. This ball's hooking. Nice catch out there, Gabe Morgan in foul territory. Good route there by the Bobcat left fielder to run that one down as it hooked away from him. Curtin's the second out of the inning.
I'm not sure I've seen Curtin not pull a ball. I mean, he can hit it well. It's just...
It goes that way.
Yeah. I haven't seen him hit anything to the right side of the O in Oberlin out there.
First pitch to Ethan Hurwitz. Misses up and in for a ball. Hurwitz 1 for 3 on the day. A strikeout victim his last time up. Hit a 2-out double earlier today. Hits this one on the ground. It'll trickle foul. Lost the ball there for a second. We got this railing out here in front of us. And that ball was right behind the railing the whole time. I had no idea where it went. I was going off Kalenic there. So 1-1 pitch. Curveball hammered to left center. Gabe Morgan's after it. He looks up. This ball goes over the trees. Ethan Hurwitz hits one a long way here at Dill Field. That's a 2-pointer here for the Yeomen. They now trail this one 9-4 here in the 8th inning. That ball was hit a very long way. Cade hung him a breaking ball, and Hurwitz smashed it. Salami hits one on the ground. Danny Jones gloves it, throws to first. Atwood catches it, and then Salami is retired for the third out of the inning. So end of the 8th, the Yeomen get 2 more on the 2-run home run by Ethan Hurwitz. They trail the Bobcats 9-4 going to the top half of the 9th inning. Now for the Yeomen, Alex Kuchar on the hill. He'll see Gabe Morgan. Morgan with a nice catch in left field in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Takes a first pitch strike from Kuchar here. That one misses high, ball 1. Morgan's 0 for 3 on the day, but he scored twice. Hit by a pitch, reached on air. Counts 2-1 here on Morgan. This one up and in. Good two-seam action there by Kuchar, but didn't start it over the plate enough. It started on the inside part of the plate and just ran in more. If he starts that in the middle, it'll break in on the hands. Morgan lifts this one to center field. Jackson's out there, puts it away. Gabe Morgan's the first out of the inning. That'll flip the lineup over. Tyler Lathrop will come back to bat. Lathrop 1 for 3 on the day. Walked, struck out, scored twice. Kuchar has his sign. Kicks and fires. Has a little cutter action to it. Strike 1. Good mix here from Kuchar so far. We've seen a good two-seamer running in hard on the hands of the right-handed batters, and that was looked like a cutter. It started in the middle of the plate and then broke to the outside corner. There it is again. It looked like a little more of a slider. Had a little bit more of a break there. And no stats for Kuchar here in the season. This is his first appearance in a ball game. That fastball to Lathrop missed high. Counts now 2-1. There's the two-seamer. Runs it back in on the hands of Lathrop. Ball's fouled back. That'll run the count to 2-2. That one misses. That'll run the count full. Lathrop having a good year for the Bobcats, hitting .389 in limited action. 7 hits and 18 tries, 2 doubles. Hits this one on the ground. That'll get through the hole. Good at bat there, Ty Lathrop. Worked the count. Fouled off a tough pitch. Hits one through the left side. The Bobcats have a man on board here. 1 away in the inning. Hudson Cornett coming back to the plate. Cornett 3 for 4 on the day. Walked, scored, drove in 2. Got the scoring started in the 3rd inning with a 2 RBI single with the bases loaded. Lathrop's on the move. Slides, came off the back of the bag, but he's still safe. He's on there. The middle infield for Oberlin, can't believe it. That'll go down as a stolen base for Lathrop. That's one thing you always do out here on these turf fields. If you apply a tag, you keep it on them, because I don't know what percentage of the time it is, but it's a pretty high percentage of the time that runner will come right off the backside. Lathrop came off the backside there, but was able to get back on, I guess, before he was tagged again. Cornett hits one on the ground. High bouncer. Curtin grabs it, throws to first. Cornett's retired. Lathrop elects to stay at second base on the play. So that'll leave a runner on second with 2 away here from Matt Blanchard. Nice play over there at third base by Curtin. That ball was a tough hop. Cornett really got the top of it, spiked it down into the ground. Took a huge hop off the turf. This ball straight to the backstop. Tyler Lathrop will move up to third. The 1 ball on the batter. Matt Blanchard will hit here with a 1-0 count. Tyler Lathrop, the runner at third base. Bobcats looking to get back one of those runs that the Yeomen scored in the bottom half of the 8th. Good 1-0 two-seamer there by Kuchar. That looked like a breaking ball. Catches the outside part of the plate for strike 2. So Blanchard behind the count here, 1-2. If he would have rung Matt Blanchard up on that pitch, I think the kid would have lost his head. The strike 2 pitch was borderline, and he's already rung him up once on a curveball that was 8 inches outside. Matt Blanchard's a pretty cool and collected kid. That might have done it for him. Breaking ball, that one's in there. Matt Blanchard down on strikes. Alex Kuchar works around a Bobcat base runner to throw up a scoreless top of the 9th. We'll be back here, bottom of the 9th. Bobcats leading this one 9-4. We're back here, bottom of the 9th inning. Your Bobcats leading 9-4. Pitching change. Cade Moore's day is done. Jacob Shaw entered and throw. He's appeared in 4 games. He's thrown 6 1/3 innings. No wins, no losses. He's allowed 8 runs, 8 earned on 10 hits, 7 walks. He struck out 5. First pitch from Shaw. Misses in off the plate. This is Jackson back at the plate here. Next pitch from Shaw. Curveball misses high. Counts now 2-0 on Jackson. Scoreboard pulled up. There we go. So Shaw's 2-0 pitch. On its way. He kicks. This one catches the outside part of the plate. Counts now 2-1. Now my head coach, Adrian Abrahamowitz, is listening to this ball game. How you doing, Coach A? That one misses down in the zone. Huge part of that 2015 championship, Coach A bringing us all together in one class. As I mentioned, me and some of my best friends. I was at Oberlin because Coach A is the only guy that would give me a shot. This pitch swung on and missed. Had a couple other schools after me to come in and pitch, but nobody wanted me to hit. I wanted to be an all-around baseball player, not just a PO. Decided to come out to Oberlin, and it's one of the best decisions I ever made. Jackson fouls this one away. I've done some coaching in my time now since leaving Oberlin. Some for him. I coached one of his summer teams for a couple years. I coached this Bobcat pitching staff last year, and I'm now the head coach for the softball team out at Bryant Stratton. But I've modeled a lot of the way I do things off the way he did things. Everybody's got a job. I treat all my players with respect. Make sure they know that I care about them and not just how they do on the field. Shaw's 3-2. Misses down in the dirt. That's ball 4. And Jackson will take his walk. That's one thing I've learned a lot about coaching is you can have a huge effect on kids. Whether being a good coach and a bad coach, they're never going to forget you. I want to be remembered as one of the good ones, just like how all of his guys remember him. That one swung on and tattooed to left field. Strabley hits this one hard through the left side. That'll put 2 aboard here for the Yeomen. They look to make a little noise here, bottom of the 9th inning. All the guys will be coming to town here in a couple days. Maybe not a couple days. I guess it's a couple weeks now. I have no idea what day it is. There's been so many rainouts with our softball schedule and this baseball schedule. All the days blend together. There's no weekends anymore. We play on most Saturdays and Sundays, so my day offs vary. The only reason I know today is Thursday is because we got a doubleheader tomorrow, and that doubleheader's on Friday. This one hit on the ground. Foul. Good range by Blanchard to go over there and grab it. And it ends up in third base coach's box. Matt Wilson standing down there statuesque, unfazed by the 2-hopper down the line. Shaw ahead in the count here, 0-1. Breaking ball. Thought he was going to call it, then thought he wasn't going to call it, and then he did call it. So strike 2 here on Catterall as he gets a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. The 0-2. Swung on, fouled. Kalenic holds on. Catterall is the first out of the inning. One down now here for the Yeomen. That'll bring up Kyle Grossel. Shaw looking to work himself out of a little bit of trouble. 2 runners on here in the 9th. First pitch misses low. Shaw, a recent Keystone College commit. He'll be heading over to Pennsylvania after our season's over here. Throw against Keystone College. I've actually played Keystone College. They were at our regional. We played them our 3rd game, I believe, at regionals in Albany, New York, back in 2015. Next pitch from Shaw is a curveball in there for strike 1. The 1-1. Misses up and away. Counts now 2-1. Yeah, Shaw just one of many of the Bobcats that'll be finding new homes after this season. Going out to Keystone with his buddy, left-handed pitcher Cade Campo. Shaw's 2-1. Swung on, hammered to right field. This ball is gone through the trees, out over the retired jersey numbers. Kyle Grossel gets one to his liking and parks it. That'll plate 3 for the Yeomen as they make this one interesting now. Bobcats leading 9-7, bottom of the 7th. 1 out. No movement in the Bobcat pen, so it looks like we're going to stick with Shaw here for this one. That'll bring up Rosa Palermo. He'll hit here with nobody on, 1 away. Look to jumpstart the rally. He hits this one into right center. It's going to get down. Palmero can run a little bit. He's going to hit first and take a big turn. He's going all the way to second. That ball misplayed in right field by Aaron Miranda. He couldn't pull it out of the grass. I don't think he would have had Nick Rosa Palmero, even if he was able to get it cleanly. He looked like a man on a mission coming around first base. He wasn't being thrown out at second. So with that, 2 pitches, a home run and a double into right center. That'll bring Coach Austin Zemak out of the Bobcat dugout. He's going to go talk to his right-handed sophomore. So after trailing this one, 9-4, coming into the inning, the Yeomen now bring the tying run to the plate in Livingston. Livingston 0 for 4 on the day. So some would say he's due. Sean takes a curveball high out of the zone for ball 1. Shaw works with a high 70s, low 80s fastball, throws the curveball off of that. Good 12-6 action on the curveball. Throw a changeup that'll run in on righties. That fastball misses up out of the zone. A little frustration from Jacob Saul on the mound. Pitch or 2-0 count here on Sean Livingston. Shaw comes set, checks his runner. This one misses off the plate. Counts now 3-0. So Kalenic's going to go out and talk to his pitcher, try to settle him down here a little bit. Not sure what he said. It was real quick. We'll see how effective it was. Now 3-0. Rosa Palmero at second base. And 3-0 right down Broadway. Shaw sticks this one. Counts now 3-1 here on the Yeoman catcher, Sean Livingston. Had a great game behind the plate. Thrown out 3 or 4 Bobcat runners. There's ball 4. So Livingston will take his base. That will put the tying run on first. That'll bring up Curtin, David Curtin, there we go, the third baseman today for the Yeomen. Eric Laheta is going to go out and chat with Shaw. I guess they must have somebody ready because this will be the second mound visit of the inning. Bringing in Cornette. Cornette's going to run in from center field and come in and try to close out this ball game for the Yeomen. So, as I mentioned, Cornette's a two-way guy, able to pitch as well as hit, plays some outfield, plays a little bit everywhere. He's got a lot of bracelets and sunglasses and stuff to get rid of, so he's going to hustle into the dugout and get rid of all his gear. I'm assuming they had him warm up between innings. Look like he's got tape on his arm he's got to cut off. It looks like he's trying to use his teeth to get the tape off his arm. This is quite the process here for Hudson Cornette. I played left field and pitched in high school out at Wellington High School, and our fence was just like asking for tetanus. We had a real short porch in left field too, so I would use on my glove arm, I would put tape about 3/4 of the way up my arm, and anytime I came into pitch after playing left field, I'd have to run in and rip all the tape off my arm that I was using as defense to try to, in case I had to go into the wall. There's a lot of home runs hit over the left field fence, right into the parking lot between where our field was and Wellington High School. But thankfully, I never scratched myself up too bad. One day I went into it, and I think it was at practice actually, and I scratched the tape up some, but no blood, so we were good. That field's not even there anymore. There's a cafeteria sitting on top of where I used to play left field for Wellington High School. They play their ball games out at Community Park now. There's the Wellington Rec Park. There's a beautiful new baseball stadium set up out there.
It's a nice place.
It's a very nice place. We played a couple summer games out there.
Not nice to my experience there. It wasn't nice. It was a nice ballpark.
Now Hudson Cornett will come in to throw. I'll find his numbers for you. There he is, Cornett. 22 innings so far in the season. He's appeared in 5 games, had 4 starts. Been primarily a starting pitcher for the Bobcats. He's 2-0. He's allowed 20 runs, 18 earned on 30 hits, 11 walks. He struck out 14 batters and hit 5. Control has been a little bit of an issue for Hudson Cornett, but not as much as of lately. He's done a much better job his last 2 starts of being around the zone, making guys put the ball in play. So he'll see David Curtin. Curtin hits this one hard into the gap. That's headed straight for the scoreboard. That'll get right off the base of the wall. Rosa Palmero is going to come in to score. Matt Wilson's waving the runner around third base. Big throw by Danny Jones. Can't be handled at home plate by Alec Kalenic. So Sean Livingston was coasting a little bit into third base, and Matt Wilson gave him the go sign. He had to turn it back on. Good throw there by Danny Jones, just unable to be handled behind the plate by Alec Kalenic. He couldn't take the one hop and apply the tag at the same time. Would have been a close play even if he could get it. But that will tie this ball game up at 9 apiece as the Yeomen come all the way back.
Hurwitz, home last inning.
Now Ethan Hurwitz will be put on. He hit a home run last inning, so that'll put 2 runners on. And Andrew Salami will come to bat. He hits with 1 away. This ball game all tied up at 9 apiece as the Yeomen have come roaring back here in the bottom of this 9th inning. That will miss off the plate away for ball 1. Good breaking ball there by Cornett. I'm not sure how much more daylight we have if we're going to play extras. We're going to have to speed this one up, or the Yeomen are going to have to walk it off. This maybe going to end in a tie. Salami fouls this one off.
Story that apparently the Oberlin College endowment or whatever it is had a huge amount of stocks in majority interest in the #1 company for stadium lights, but sold it in the early 1900s.
Oh, that one from Cornett misses high. Counts now 2-1. The lights would be great out here. They would make so much money playing summer baseball tournaments out here if there were lights.
The lights over there in that company. There.
This one misses high as well. Counts now 3-1.
This is all leading towards Vinny walking out.
So, 3-1 count here on the Yeomen right fielder, Andrew Salami. 3-1, swung on, fouled back. That'll run the count full at 3-2. Cornett looks in for the 3-2 sign. He comes set, checks his runner at second. Payoff pitch on its way. It misses high and away. That'll load the bases. Salami takes a walk. That'll bring up Vinny Dulcimaccio with the bases loaded. 1 away. The winning run. Standing just 90 feet away at third base.
If he walks it off, I'm going to have to drop you like a bad transmission and get out there. So.
Sounds good. Wouldn't be the first time guys have ran out of the press box. So Dulcimaccio batting here. Curtin, the runner over there at third base, winning run, 90 feet away. Dulcimaccio spins out of the way of a curveball that would have ended the ball game. If that ball hits him, this game is over. Counts now 1-0 here on Vinny Dulcimaccio. That was one thing my Yeomen team did a lot, was get hit by pitches, and we were proud of it. This one misses up and in. Counts now 2-0.
Judging by this game, we hit the batter.
We took a lot of hit by pitches. I was put back in the box more than once for leaning into one. Dulcimaccio swings through this one. Counts now 2-1. And I wasn't the only one. I know Jeff Schweihofer played third base for our team. I can remember at least 3 different occasions he was hit by a pitch and told to come back because he stuck his elbow into it. The 2-1 in there. That'll even the count up at 2-2. So the infield comes in here as they're trying to cut off that run at the plate. Even the middle infield, everything's going to Kalenic over here at home. A double play here would be huge for the Bobcats. Dulcimaccio fouls this one off to stay alive. Count remains 2-2. Now this game's gotten real exciting here late. The Yeomen pitchers, Fitzgerald and Kuchar, come in the 8th and 9th and throw up zeros, while the offense takes off a little bit, plating 7 here in the 8th and 2 in the 8th, 5 in the 9th for 7 so far. Dulcimaccio swings through a good breaking ball. He's down on strikes. That'll bring up Strabley, the shortstop. See what he's done for the day. I know he's got at least 1 hit.
Yeah, maybe 2 for 4, 2 for 5.
So Strabley steps in. He's 1 for 4 so far in the day. Hits this one high to the outfield. Gabe Morgan's after it. It'll land, and the Yeomen walk it off. So Joe Strabley with a walk-off. It's going to go down as a single, but that was at least a 2-bagger as it ends up at the base of the wall. So the Yeomen come out, and they played 7 here in the 8th and 9th inning to beat the Bobcats and end the 12-game winning streak the Bobcats were riding. They used all their outs. They had 1 left. They walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th. Jacob Shaw will get handed that loss from the Bobcats. Trying to find Fitzgerald will get the win. He pitched the top half in the 9th inning. For the Bobcats, Hudson Cornett had a good day at the plate. He was 3 for 5. Scored once, drove in 2. Aaron Miranda had 2 RBIs. And Danny Jones, who had a 1 for 3 day, drove in 2 down in the 8-hole. That'll do it for us here from Dill Field. Bobcats lose this one, 10-9. Yeomen win in walk-off fashion. Joe Strabley, the hero of today's game. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with you. I'm not sure when I'll be back on air with the Bobcats. Like I said, the Bobcats have a 4-game series coming up with the Lakeland Lakers, but so do my girls. We're playing the Lakers tomorrow and Saturday as well. So not sure when I'll be back on air. We've got all the gear to hopefully have those home games streamed for you back watching at home. That'll do it for us here from Dill Field. Have a great rest of your night. We'll see you next time.